for the last 2 days, we've been talking about seamless customer journeys. We are talking about omni-channel strategies, cross journeys of customers. Who's our new customer today? So today we'll hear from two people who specialize in it. So we'll start with you, Rishabh. So can you tell us what kind of data analytics and all that you use to understand your customer today?
Okay, so I think data analytics, when we talk about and talking about any brand who is doing into multiple areas, like if we talk jockey, we are online, offline, very vast channels we do cover, all the channels. So data becomes a very important. First importance is that how are you gathering the data? How clean is your data? So first thing we need to ensure is that at any touch point where we are collecting data, we try to make it as clean as possible, as informative as possible. Starting on analysis of data depends on what problem are we trying to solve. So we as a brand, we try to look into, or I think that anyone should do in that sense. The idea is for which department of it, what purpose you are looking into a particular solving issue. Let me take an example. Let's say someone is a brand which has started expanding itself offline. Now, if you have to open a new store, how do you decide that what is the best area or what is the best state or what is the best pin code where you should actually open a new store? So that comes from the existing data, which tells you, let's say, understanding from the online consumers, where do you have most of your footprint today, where you are able to touch the heart of the people and able to make best of your sales. So that might be the right position or right place to go ahead and opening of store. So majorly I would say that it depends on the questions which you ask from yourself, what is the next objective you are trying to solve, and accordingly you can get answer from the data.
Thank you so much. So Mr. Raja, tell us what are the recent trends in consumer behavior that you've witnessed that has influenced your sales approach, your approach to how you're handling your customer across channels?
Okay. The major change which is happening the last couple of years or last 5 years is about the research of the product. Earlier, the customer used to go to an offline store, ask for the recommendation of the store owner or talk to his friends and relatives. Now that trend is changed. Typically, the nowadays consumer goes to either social media or the digital platforms and try to research himself and want to get more and more number of results or reviews or the information about the product. Then he tries to decide what is good for me. Once the research is done, then he will decide whether he wants to go online, offline. Some consumers who wanted to try something new, they typically go to offline, do a touch and feel of the product. Then, depending on the convenience, either they will buy offline or online. This is a major change which is happening in the last couple of years.
So at ACER, what kind of change have you seen, particularly in this department?
So, a lot of changes. So, maybe 5 years back, the percentage sales contribution from online was like in single digits. Now it is almost touching to half of our regular turnovers. That is a major change which is happening.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, Rishabh, tell us, how do you see AI-powered predictive models to shape the customer journey? And have you seen that while working with your company?
Yeah, obviously, see, when we talk about AI-powered predictive modeling, it's more about that using the data in a right way. So you have all the data sitting at your back end. Now, how do you use it? One is researching on it, making some hypothesis, trying to get answers from it. Another is that using it in the real time. So moreover, like we always talk about personalization, recommendations. So with these AI tools which we are currently all available in the market, I don't know who is the sponsor, I'm not naming anyone, that's why. So we generally use any of these tools, all seems to be best in the market, and they help a customer experience when it comes to online world, a very, very personalized one, basis the purchase history, basis what he have added to the cart last, basis what he has actually interacted maybe, because you know the session, like I come when I'm in office, I'm spending some time on my laptop and browsing few things, but I'm not able to complete my journey. In evening, may I go back? and start again fresh journey. So just by knowing who the customer is and actually giving the actually products he was already browsing, showing them on the top, personalizing his experience, and to ensure that from start to end, which is from the time he landed to the time he placed an order, you reduce that time and close the get the order confirmation, is the whole game, and that comes with the complete personalization recommendation. So that's how we use it.
So you're all pro generative AI. You're pro?
So yeah, I'm always pro to this.
Great. So, Raja, for you, I wanted to know, how does ACER differentiate itself? How is ACER, the brand, differentiating itself in this competitive market, and it's giving its consumer more than what others are giving, in the terms ki, it's a completely free-flowing, seamless experience of either buying online, offline, assisted buying. What kind of differentiation does ACER does?
ACER, the important aspect from the day one in India is about the latest to or adapt to the new technology. So, because it's a IT industry and technology change is very frequent, our colleagues like Intel or AMD or Microsoft, they change or they drive the technologies. They change the processors every 6 months or 1 year. So, at ACER, we believe in giving a latest technology to the consumers. Hence, we maintain a very thin and lean inventory so that the new technology can be adopted very quickly and given to the consumers. This is our philosophy.
And what about your Omni strategies? How have you been able to convert an offline customer into an online one, or an online one into an offline one?
No, okay. We really don't convert anybody from online to offline or offline to online. We want people to buy our product, whichever best channel suits them. So there is no conversion, but we have adopted more towards digital campaigning so that more consumers are able to see the product's benefits digitally. Earlier, our spend used to be, let us say, 80% offline and 20% online. Now it is almost 50-50.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, Rishabh, you were pro generative AI. Now tell us, are there any ethical considerations or limitations when you're using this model for your cross-channel customer experiences? And if so, how do you mitigate these concerns?
See, I believe it's all about a brand's ethics, how much they stand on their value, how much do they value their customers and their privacy, for an example. So when you talk about is Gen AI unethical or something like that, I would say no. It's all about you. How do you use it? If you are a brand who uses a Gen AI and then use it in a way to know the customer's data, in the sense that I know the numbers and now I use it unethically, these customers may not be converting to me, I may be reusing these numbers and making some other money, then definitely you're losing your ethics. But it's not because of the Gen AI, it's more about your core values as a brand. So till the time you stand with the core values, Gen AI is a great tool to use. See, for example, there are so many customer service we talk around, like in the last session we're talking about customer service also. Just think that a customer has spent 15-20 minutes talking about his problem with a customer care agent, and the solution to that is that yes, this problem will be resolved in next 24 hours, and if not, that customer is calling back. Now it's a new agent who is handling that ticket. For him, he don't know what the customer has faced and he can't read 20 minutes conversation. But because of Gen AI, those 20-minute conversations get summarized into just 3 to 4 lines, which can be read within 30 seconds to 40 seconds with a new agent, and he know how frustrated the customer is, what have been the past issue with the customer, and he can manage it. He know how to address the customer now because he knows the problem, he knows how the frustration of the problem, he knows he may even find the answer of it before he takes and entertain the customer's next call. So I would say it's all about the brand ethics and not about a tool ethics or a technology ethics.
Raja, what do you say to this? Brand ethics or generative AI ethics? Which side would you side?
Okay, I don't want to take any side on this. We have to pick up the best practices and which is suitable for the consumer. We need to adapt to that. End of the day, we are all here just because of the consumers. So unethical, ethical. So unethical. There should word should not be used. We are not here to do any unethical things. But if the generative AI or any other tool is giving us more insight about the customer, through which I can develop a product which is most essential and beneficial for the consumer, we should go for it.
Lovely. So I have one last question. This is I have been asking everyone. How much does social media, and this is common for both of you, how much does social media factor into your entire strategy today?
In terms of sales or in terms of marketing?
Everything.
Okay. Especially the new trend, which is influencers, they are playing a very important role. Especially for the product like laptop, which is a so-called tech product. Seeing is believing, and listening is also believing for the consumer. Just by giving up some few literature, he will not be able to understand. He will understand more when somebody uh, working on that laptop and sharing the benefit on a video. More consumers are getting more benefited, and they actually tend to shift to the brand. So if you look at the social media, influencers are the more important factors in today's context for any products for us to sell.
But there also comes challenges when you're using influencers. Isn't there which is real, which is not real? How do you categorize such influencing? I mean, what are your strategies? How do you see which influencer to use, which not to use? There are many today.
Okay, we do thorough back check and research on the influencers. We just don't give it to any influencers who are coming forward to review our product. We do the back check. We check in the market with the help of agencies, and there are so many tools which will help you to give those kind of results. Example, some influencer, they show they have so much followers, but when you look at their site, can make it what kind of influencer he is, and are the followers are real or just the numbers.
Rishabh, same question.
So I would say I will not answer this question. I will but get answer for you for this question. So we have such a lovely audience here. How many of you spend at least 2 to 3 hours on any of the social media channel, Facebook, Insta, Twitter, all combined? 2 to 3 hours in a day. Any other hands?
I think Vaishnavi is still spending some time.
Yes, that's the right thing. Better to do that will get my answer more stronger. So more than 60 to 70% people here use it more than 2 to 3 hours a day. And if the same question goes, and for the offline, how much time of this you spend on roads and watch hoardings, or maybe any other thing, let's say TV ads, not OTT ones because you don't have great ads there, most are ad free. That will be very less, couple of hours now. So that for any brand, that's make a very right strategy, that wherever there is an audience, that is the place where you have to go and market yourself. And you are there for the customer's eyeballs. If you don't do that, you will lose the game. So it's very true. You have to focus on social media. Strategies may vary for brand to brand. Some may go that marketing spends as per the spend of the sales or ratio of the sales from the channel. Some may choose a digital first approach and spend all the money on digital. The strategies can vary, but you cannot miss going on digital as of now.
Perfect. And again, how do you sift out the good ones from the bad ones? Apart from their organic reach.
I would echo with Raj on this. Yeah. That's the same strategy everyone uses in the market to know good or bad. And I won't say that when you do that, you try to do your best and you try to get the right thing for your consumers. Even if you go wrong someday, you will get the data into a month, week, 2 week, month, and you will know what next step should be taken.